Hello and welcome back to episode 12 of Unknown to World Known Club 5. We're back today in a bit of a cheerier mood after what happened in the most recent episode. If you haven't seen that, do go and check it out. You see me have a bit of a breakdown. It's very entertaining. We are back today to play our old club, Marseille. Just before we get into today's episode, if you are enjoying the series, please do leave a like down below, subscribe, and check out my other series, Basking in Bilbao. We're only a few episodes into that, so get on that while you can before we get too far in. We are in a little bit of a title battle over there. So, yeah, there's something to go and check out how we're doing. Since you were last with us in the disastrous last episode, we then beat Portsmouth 2-0. We lost 1-0 to Arsenal. We beat Southampton 3-2. We beat Man City 4-3. Wasn't very happy when that happened, purely because of the fact that, you know, if we'd done anything close to that in the second leg, we'd be in an EFL Cup final in this episode, most likely. We then beat Sheffield United 3-0, which means we are through to the fifth round of the FA Cup, where we have drawn Arsenal. We then drew 0-0 with West Brom, which was very disappointing. However, today, as mentioned in the intro, it's a return to Marseille. The first time we've really paid much attention to them since we left, which was way back in 2027. My replacement has been with them ever since, which implies he's doing a pretty good job with what I left them. Let's have a little look at their progression. 5th, 6th, 5th, 4th. They finished second last year and they're currently in second again. So they have built on what we left. I don't know how much of it was me. I'm going to say all of it. It will be interesting to see how many of the players we recognise when we get into the game. And with that, let's go and get into the game. Our lineup for today, we've got Belgic in goal, a back four of Lopez, Bevis, Raul and Johansson, Talignani in the holding midfield, Larin and Ozoma in front, Costa on the right, Lanzalotta on the left, and Satriano up front. So just having a quick look down the Marseille lineup, they've got Ramsdale, which is an odd one. I can see Tongia still there, and that's about it in terms of players I recognise. They've had a bit of turnover since we left from the looks of it then. Dest might have been one of ours. I can't remember. It's really bad. Once I leave a team, I just forget so much about them. Let's see if we can start off the first leg with a win. Johansson with the corner sends it to the far post. Satriano, Lanzalotta heads in. However, that did look like it might well be offside just from the way it came back across the box to Lanzalotta. We are getting a VAR check and it appears it's standing. Oh, he's well onside. He's well onside. We lead 1-0 after less than 10 minutes. Throw in on the left-hand side for Marseille. Juninho is on the ball, tries to turn past his man, gets across to the far post, starts there, and it's over the bar. The keeper looked like he had it covered though. Kosa sends a cross in. It's headed away by Rodriguez, but Larin collects it. Can he get into space here? He lays it back off to Johansson. He probably should have crossed that first time. Back to Larin. Johansson, this time to the far post. Kosa heads back into Ozoma, and it's 2-0. 2-0 already. We know from last episode that 2-0 isn't always enough going into a second leg. Despite that, though, it's a very good start. 20 minutes gone, and we are looking very comfortable against Marseille. They haven't really got into this game at all. We're pretty dominant so far. And before I can even pause, we are back in with another highlight. Larin, Lanzalotta, Satriano, back to Ozoma. Kosa through to Satriano, and Ramsdale with a fantastic save to deny him. However, from the corner, can we make it 3-0? Johansson's going to send it in to the near post. It's headed away by Furtado, and then Juninho collects it. Can he get a breakaway? He can't. Ozoma cuts that off. Lopez, we were thrown just over half an hour gone now. We're surely scheduled for another goal. Kosa on the turn, Larin, Johansson shoots. Oh, and he's hit the post. What a goal that would have been from a left back of all people. Dest with a throw in now, sends it back to Rodriguez. Good little press from Satriano forcing the pass. However, they've played their way out of it. Tongia on the ball here. Poor pass finds Lopez. Azoma to Larin. Satriano. He's got Lanzalotta making a run, but Dest was covering it well. The long ball forward is only going to find Bevis, who's got loads of space to bring that down. Raul bringing it out of defence. Plays the long ball to Dest. Some questionable passes going down that left-hand side, I'll be honest. Raul back to Johansson. Digs it over the top to Lanzalotta, who digs it over the keeper and hits the bar. What a little goal that would have been. Half-time, we're 2-0 up. And our XG is 2.75, which, considering we haven't had a penalty, we are creating some really good chances. If we can make it 3-0, then we can start to take our foot off the pedal, I think. Rodriguez has brought down Satriano, which means we have a free kick. Talignani is stood over it, goes for goal. Oh, and nearly finds the top corner. Dest throws the ball in to Sarr. Marseille currently down 2-10 men as Lopez clears it away. Rodriguez collects it and then it's played back to Sarr. I'm pretty sure they're back to their 11 men on pitch again now. Sarr sends the ball in. Bevis heads it away. Costa is not going to be first to it though. Tongia back to Appelkamp. Tries to find Sarr. He does so. Janio puts it in the back of the net. However, I think that there's an offside there. Come on, VAR. Tell us what we want. It is disallowed. We remain 2-0 up. Of course, it's not as worrying as it used to be with no away goals, but he's well offside. We're going to bring Costa off for Tabakaru on the right-hand side, and we'll also bring Nagel on for Larin in midfield. Dest throws the ball into Sarr. It's down to Appelkamp, and back to Dest. Jostic with a ball in, finds Janio, who's put it in the back of the net again. I'm less convinced that this one was offside. I think this might be 2-1. And we are getting the VAR check. No, it's been disallowed again. But this is a bit of a warning sign. I think we're going to start to try and control the game a little bit more. Well, that's a bit harsh. That's a little bit harsh. Lopez with a throw. We're going to let this highlight play out and then change our formation. Tabakaru nearly finds the top of the net. I didn't mean formation. We're going to change to control possession and drop our defensive line just a little bit. Just try and, but funnily enough, control possession, control the game. We'll also bring Godfrey on for Talignani. He's looking a bit tired. Tongia on the ball here for Marseille. Finds the ball forward to Jarwes. The ball through, however, Tabakaru reads quite easily. Johansson to Nagel. And he's on the ball in midfield. Lines it off to Lanzalotta. There's a ball run through to Azoma. 1-on-1. Oh, he's hit the bar. That would have been game over. That would have been tie over. Free kick right on the edge of the box here. Sarr is stood over it and puts it in the top corner. All to play for in the second leg now. We've gone from pretty comfortable 2-0 to a nerve-wracking 2-1. The game at Marseille has suddenly become much bigger. Azoma to Satriano, however. Azoma, of course, had a chance to make it 3-0, which could have ended the game. Satriano 1-on-1, though. Oh, he's hit the post. We've hit the post so many times today. Bevis collects the ball as it's cleared away. Azoma back through to Lanzalotta. This time, Ramsdale with the save. Lanzalotta collects it, puts it back in, but not really to anyone. Nagel collects it as it breaks away. Back to Johansson, and now we're trying to find a way back towards the goal. Satriano. Back to Godfrey, goes over the top towards Lanzalotta, but Dest is there to head it away. Just having a quick look. We've hit the woodwork 4 times today. 2-1 win in the end. We did hit the woodwork 4 times, so very easily it could have been 3-4, 5-6-1, which would have been basically securing us through to the next round. 2-1 though, I think we've got enough about us to go to Marseille and finish off the tie. But first of all, let's go and see how we can do in the Premier League. And the lineup for our game against Wolves, we've got Belgic in goal. Lopez, Bevis, Tipple and Johansson as back 4. Talignani, Larin and Adley in midfield. Costa on the right, Lanzalotta on the left, and Satriano up front. Corner kick for Wolves here, and they're 1-0 up. That all happened very quickly. We find ourselves 1-0 down just over 11 minutes in. Who's that losing his man? I think it's Lanzalotta. Nowhere near Taylor, unfortunately. We have a throw-in now on the right-hand side. Lopez turns and whips it in. Breaks to Lanzalotta. Satriano heads it into the back of the net. We have equalised as long as this doesn't get ruled out. I don't think it should do from the looks of that. We are getting a VAR check, of course. And the goal does stand. We are back on level terms. Less than 10 minutes to get back into it. And it was a lovely worked goal. Satriano belts it in. Lanzalotta belts it in. Satriano just able to direct it into the back of the net. We've reached half time. It's still 1-1. But as you can see from the stats, we are taking control of this game. So hopefully in the second half, we will be the team that find a breakthrough to lead. Lanzalotta is going to come off for Raul Morro in an attempt to find a breakthrough. We're going to change to attacking as well. And we're looking at Larin. He can come off for Ravella. Bevis on the ball here. Plays it short to Tipple and forward to Ravella. Johansson now with space to run into. Can he find a way past it? He's tackled by Rainier, who looks like he might be getting sent off. He has been sent off. Right then, demand more. Let's attack him. Ball into the box from the free kick is headed away, but only as far as Lopez, who sends it straight back out to Raul Morro on the left-hand side. Whips across into the far post. Kosa puts us 2-1 up. Instant impact after the red card. There is a VAR check going on, because of course there is. However, we just might have made it 2-1. We have. What a goal. What a response to going a man up. The ball from... I mean, it's nowhere near offside. We lead 2-1. We are going to change now to the control possession. And we'll bring Johansson off for Jimenez at left back. Lopez throws the ball into Talignani. Back to Lopez. Across the box to Kosa. To Ravella. Is he going to play it one more? No. To Tipple. Back out to the right for Lopez. Plays it in low. Kosa at the near post. I don't quite know how that hasn't ended up in the back of the net. Jimenez to Ravella. Back to Jimenez. Ball over the top towards Kosa, kind of, but not really to him. Lopez inside to Adley and back to Bevis. Across to Tipple. Talignani. Ravella. Adley. Through to Satriano. Kosa. It's 3-1. That is game, set and match for Everton. We lead 3-1 now. Let's have a quick look at the... We'll leave the league table for at the end of the game, actually. But Bevis and Tipple just able to... With having the extra man, we're just able to exploit the spaces so much more. And a lovely finish from Kosa. Ravella with a corner here. Sends it in. It's headed away by Anderson. Kosa does collect it. Can he get a ball back into the box? He instead plays it to Lopez. Adley. Back to Lopez again. And then back to Bevis. We're able to take our time here. Talignani, Satriano, Kosa. Over the top towards Raul Morro, but it was a poor ball. Tipple collects it, however. Bringing it down the wing. Jimenez through the back to Raul Morro, who... Oh my God. Ravella with a corner. Late on. Headed away by Anderson. Kosa is able to collect it. Wolves have got everyone in their own box here. You'd think they'd have, I know they're down to 10 men, but have somebody there for a counter-attack. Ball through to Satriano and the keeper with a good save. Satriano maybe should have gone round the keeper instead, but it is a 3-1 win nevertheless. 2 goals for Kosa and a goal for Satriano in a dominant game. Wolves didn't even get a shot in the second half, which is very nice to see. We've come out comfortable winners, and we are now sat in 6th place. We are 2 points away from the top 4. However, Liverpool have got a game in hand, 3 points away from Tottenham. So that is where we leave today's episode, just outside the top 4. We've picked up a lot of momentum recently. I think if we can keep this up, we should be able to break into that top 4. However, we've got some tough games still to go. Manchester United, Chelsea coming up. and then Tottenham on the final day. That could be decisive in that battle. We will be back for the second leg against Marseille and the game against Leicester, hopefully with an FA Cup 6th round somewhere in there. It might even squeeze into the episode, probably be more in the following one, I would think. But if you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we can do this season. We are still on for 2 trophies and a top 4, potentially. Let me know what you think will happen. Subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.